Lovely, Morticia. You have such a way with roses.
Thank you, Gomez.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 TV shows that are perfect for spooky season/Halloween.
God has not abandoned you.
Marcus! For this list, we'll be looking at shows that range from creepy to gothic to playfully dark. In any case, they're sure to get you in the autumn spirit. What show is part of your Halloween tradition? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Twin Peaks.
Now, before we get started, have you two fellas got your stories straight?
With a rushing waterfall, a plethora of green pines, and humble slices of pie, Twin Peaks looks like an idyllic small town. That perception is quickly dashed when the body of Laura Palmer washes up on shore. This isn't the only way that creators David Lynch and Mark Frost deceive their audience. Twin Peaks lures us in with a seemingly routine murder mystery. As the story unfolds, we're immersed in an experience far more supernatural and surreal.
Laura! Oh, Laura, my baby!
You might not always understand what's going on, and the 2017 revival arguably only raises more questions. Even at its most head-scratching though, Twin Peaks overflows with an arresting atmosphere. You don't need to know what's in the coffee, you just need to know it's damn fine coffee.
You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. I can't tell you how many cups of coffee in my life, and this is one of the best.
Number 9. Gravity Falls.
Whoa! It's a secret wax museum.
They're so lifelike.
Except for that one.
Hello! It's just me, your Grunkle Stan!
This Disney series is tailor-made for that time of year when summer transitions to fall. Gravity Falls finds Dipper and Mabel Pines arriving at their great uncle's Oregon tourist trap for the summer, but every day feels more like Halloween.
Anyone move, and we'll melt you into candles.
Decorative candles.
In addition to unraveling the overarching mystery, the Pines must overcome zombies, ghosts, and pretty much every other paranormal entity you can think of, as well as a few you probably haven't thought of, like a Larry King wax sculpture. The show even has a summer variation of Halloween called Summerween, making us wonder why Jack-O-Melons haven't caught on. With clues and sight gags worked into every episode, Gravity Falls demands multiple rewatches, with the spooky season providing an appropriate backdrop to do so.
The choice is yours, children. You must trick or treat, or die.
Number 8. Over the Garden Wall.
It doesn't seem like you're ready to join us just yet.
Join you? Yeah, no, I'm just passing through.
Folks don't tend to pass through Pottsfield.
From its opening song, this Emmy-winning miniseries submerges us in everything autumn, as if we've been thrown into a pile of leaves. At the same time, Over the Garden Wall slowly sneaks up on us with its Halloween atmosphere. Each episode introduces another eerie element, from a dark forest to skeletons wearing pumpkin heads, to a bug-eyed auntie voiced by Tim Curry.
Deceive me not, child. I can smell them. I can smell the children in this house.
Like Wizard of Oz, the lovable central characters get us through the show's grimmer moments. It's creepy yet strangely comforting, much like a night out trick-or-treating. Clocking in at under 2 hours, Garden Wall is an easy binge with rewatch value. Why Max removed it from their library after August 31st, 2023 is beyond us, but there are other routes to the unknown.
I thought they'd stolen you away.
No, Auntie, they saved me. They banished the evil spirit.
Number 7. Hannibal.
Jack thinks I need therapy.
What you need is a way out of dark places when Jack sends you there.
If you annually revisit Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal should be on the menu as well. This series borrows more from Thomas Harris's other novels, most notably Red Dragon and Hannibal Rising. However, it's far from a straightforward adaptation, with creator Brian Fuller leaving a distinct signature. Instead of being confined to a cell, Hannibal is out in the open. Hannibal presents himself as an asset to the FBI, although he's cooking something devious behind the scenes.
If your intention was to kill him, it's because you understand why he did the things he did. It's beautiful in its own way.
As beautifully demented as the imagery is, Hannibal is just as much a mind game, with Dr. Lecter finding an archival kindred spirit in Will Graham. We know Hannibal is evil, but Graham could be swayed either way. Both characters are equally unpredictable, making for an unnerving dynamic.
Did you really feel so bad because killing him felt so good?
I like killing her.
Number 6. Penny Dreadful.
At least one. You seem to be a free thinker who might imagine a world where science and superstition walk hand in hand.
Bram Stoker's Dracula, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. These are just some of the chilling tales that call us every Halloween. Penny Dreadful assembles figures from various legendary horror stories, providing a modern spin without ever feeling gimmicky.
This is new.
What do you mean?
This hasn't been seen before by anyone.
How do you know?
Because it's impossible.
It's kind of like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, or that Hugh Jackman Van Helsing movie, except, delivers on its full potential. With a Victorian-era backdrop, every costume, makeup effect, and set piece oozes a gothic ambience. Penny Dreadful isn't style over substance, however. There's an involving story carried by convincing performances from Eva Green, Josh Hartnett, and a monster mash of character actors who appear right at home. It's certainly worth more than a penny for your thoughts.
You'll learn we all do things which cause us shame. Sins we have committed.
Number 5. The Haunting of Hill House.
And you tell me I'm crazy, and that Mom was crazy, and Luke's crazy, and we're all just nuts. And then you tell our stories.
Mike Flanagan is among the few directors we can unequivocally call a master of modern horror. In addition to spine-chilling original shows like Midnight Mass, Flanagan has breathed new life into classic works like Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. Flanagan reimagines Jackson's gothic novel as a contemporary family drama while maintaining the intoxicating dread that made the source material such a page-turner. Sometimes the horror stems from what we don't see. Other times, it's hiding in plain sight. Flanagan also isn't afraid to go unleashed, delivering some truly disturbing imagery without coming off as manipulative.
Sorry. You guys need a little help sometimes, right, Billy?
Every scare feels earned with compelling character and an involving ghost story. It's a mini-series that'll have you lying awake at night for more than one reason.
Do you remember the bent neck lady? She's back.
Number 4. The Addams Family.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family.
If you've seen Wednesday and the countless TikTok videos, why not go back to the beginning? Based on Charles Addams' comic strip, this 1964 series is remembered for its dark humour and gleefully grim production values. While those aspects have aged splendidly, the Addams Family holds up in ways you might not expect. Much of the comedy stems from how the macabre Addams work off everyday folks. In many respects, this reflected the 1960s counterculture, which in turn can be applied to today's counterculture.
But they've got to go to school. Everybody sends their kids to school.
Ridiculous. Why have children just to get rid of them? I'm opposed to the whole nonsense.
There's something oddly relatable and even progressive about a family that's consistently questioning social norms, turning the tables on tradition. Perhaps that's why we keep coming back to see these characters decades later. No matter what era though, they remain altogether ooky.
I must confess, I misjudged you people completely. Thank you.
Number 3. American Horror Story.
The devil is real. And he's not a little red man with horns and a tail. He can be beautiful.
Anthology shows were essentially 6 feet under until American Horror Story resurrected the concept. Instead of a different story each week, almost every season functions as a standalone entity while still remaining connected to an overarching universe. This makes leeway for an assortment of ominous locales, from a haunted house to an alarming asylum to a freaky carnival.
Dear Diary, it was the glorious 3rd of September when I was finally freed from the shadows. The future had never seemed brighter.
The rotating roster of settings and characters also opens the door to various subgenres, including slasher flicks, found footage, and dark satire. While some seasons are admittedly stronger than others, every incarnation brings a level of curiosity. You never know what you're going to get, although you can usually anticipate a few familiar faces, be it breakout stars like Evan Peters or living legends like Jessica Lange.
We're getting married in the Vatican. The devil was jealous. Try and rest your mind. You're a little confused.
Number 2. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
This could be a situation.
Buffy, what do we do?
You wouldn't expect an obscure 1992 movie to inspire an iconic TV series, especially one centered on a vampire slayer. Yet, Buffy is full of surprises. Part of its crossover appeal is rooted in the show's ability to juggle different tones and genres without feeling inconsistent. The pop culture savvy comedy is cleverly balanced with the coming-of-age drama. At its core, though, Buffy remains grounded in horror. In some cases, the horror stems from the creatures that go bump in the night. The show also delves into real-world horrors, such as the loss of a loved one. The circumstances are fantastical and the dialogue is colourful, but Buffy tells a human story about self-discovery, which often entails facing demons, both internal and literal.
I wanted to be a real girl for once. Kind of fancy girl you liked when you were my age.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Mindhunter. True crime is where the real monsters reside.
My mother would yell and scream at me, tell me I was sick. She thought I was going to do something hideous one day.
Stranger Things. Peak 80s horror.
It is time, Max. Time for you to join me.
Are you afraid of the dark? Your favourite childhood horror anthology.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, I call this story The Tale of Laughing in the Dark.
Goosebumps. Your other favourite childhood horror anthology.
Really? Can't get it off? It's like it's stuck to my skin.
The Munsters. A monster mash for the whole family.
A party? Sounds wonderful. You know, we don't get out at night as much as we used to.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Twilight Zone.
This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Over 60 years after it first aired, it's amazing and kind of eerie how prevalent the Twilight Zone remains. We're not just talking about its lasting presence in pop culture, with numerous episodes and lines still being referenced to this day. Creator Rod Serling sought to tackle real-world issues under the guise of sci-fi and fantasy, demonstrating how the door to the Twilight Zone might be closer than we think.
They pick the most dangerous enemy they can find, and it's themselves. All we need to do is sit back and watch.
Many of the topics that were on Serling's mind haven't lost their significance. Beyond the commentary, it's the timeless storytelling that's made the series endure for generations. The Twilight Zone inspired revivals and spiritual successors like Serling's Night Gallery, but nothing has been able to top the impact, atmosphere, or all-around quality of the original.
How about you? You still on Earth or on the ship with me? Really doesn't make very much difference because sooner or later, we'll all of us be on the menu.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.